Hi Scorpio, welcome to Earth Wisdom Fire Tarot. Sorry it's been so long. It's been an intense year for me, but really beautiful and amazing. And cleared a massive throat chakra blockage, and now I feel like I can do readings again. So, welcome. Hope you're having um a good time, or just if you're not having a good time, that's okay too, because I get it. I've been there. Anyway, so we're gonna look at in this reading. We're gonna look at a situation. It could resonate for any part of your life. We're gonna look at the challenges and the opportunities and next steps around this. So we're just gonna dive deep into something. Later, I'm gonna do some specific like love relationship type readings. So stay tuned for that. And this reading is going to be timeless. So whenever you're watching this, even though I'm doing this in early May 2020, this could resonate for your situation at the time because we're all in different timelines. So also be for your sun, moon, rising, or Venus, or any other sign you want to watch because you're drawn to it because of the title. So without further ado, let's get into it. I am open for private readings, getting a lot of emails from people asking if I am because I've been so MIA. Been doing them here and there, been busy with other things, but finally have the energy to fully serve others. Okay, so for the situation, we have the Empress and the Four of Rods in reverse, along with the High Priestess in reverse and the King of Pentacles. So I feel like you are feeling really rejected, feeling unworthy of someone because I feel like you or the other person really wanted to build something solid, really wanted to move forward in some direction, but I think that you were trying to force it and it wasn't it wasn't coming together or aligning, and you weren't on the same page, and there was a lot of things unsaid. There were a lot of things like hidden underneath the surface. And with this High Priestess in reverse, I'm definitely getting the sense that you just straight up weren't listening to your intuition. There is this deeper spiritual lesson that this was begging you to listen to or to learn, and I think that you were trying to force through some sort of vision, or this other person was trying to force you to fit into something, and I feel like with this King of Pentacles, there's definitely I feel like this is really forcing you to kind of redirect your energy towards what's physically in front of you and what you're capable of achieving right now, instead of looking ahead to this other vision. Because this Empress in reverse, I feel like is where your heart's really been at. It's who you really are. It's your authentic self. It's this beautiful, vibrant, sparkly creature is what I'm getting. And that's who you really are, and this person or this situation wasn't acknowledging that, or it wasn't possible for you to fully be yourself in it and fully express that. So it's almost as a reaction, you're in this King of Pentacles energy to sort of I think it's honestly to protect yourself. I think by focusing on something really real and tangible, it's you're not getting lost in your emotions, you're not getting lost in your thoughts, you're not overthinking it, you're not being brought down. It's just you're very present and you're very focused on something that really matters. So you could have a job right now where you feel like you're in your purpose, or There could be something that you're called to do, like directly take care of somebody or directly take care of yourself, or to like, you know, you just kind of have to handle some responsibilities, you know. Yeah. So the bottom of the deck is the Hangman. Got that in reverse right now, along with the Ace of Cups. So I feel like the underlying thing here, the subconscious thing, is that you're really searching for love, but you've been searching for it um, in this place where you have no real control, and where, you know, it seems like it's against your guidance. It's against what's really good for you and what's really right for you, you know. I think it's wise to still keep looking for this love and to still keep pursuing it, but it's not wise to sort of override um the guidance that you're getting, because the guidance is really trying to help you go on your path most efficiently. So let's look at the challenges here. Okay. So bottom of the deck right now is the Page of Pentacles. So I think that the real challenge here is an imbalance in maturity. You're coming out here as the King of Pentacles, and I feel like the situation is showing you that somebody is only in this Page of Pentacles energy, where they're still trying to figure themselves out. They're still trying to take that first real step forward into the direction that is healthiest for them. So they could be coming from a past where they haven't taken the best care of themselves. They haven't really believed in themselves. They've kind of just taken crumbs, or really, they've been stuck in the past and haven't really been able to dream up like a more exciting future. But I do feel like things are shifting. Like, the difficulty is that they're kind of like at least taking a step forward, you know, but they haven't fully let go of the past. That's what's really happening here. You have the Ten of Swords in reverse, and the Six of Cups actually came out as the first card. So the challenge here is that there's been a lot of investment in this person, emotionally, physically. Like, you really, I think, believe that this person could step up and be worthy, I think, of you, or be on the same page and really build something solid, because I feel like that's what you really want here is a Ten of Pentacles. And the difficulty is that you want the full package, but this person is not capable of building it with you or giving it to you, or you can't trust them with it. You can't trust them with your dream or your vision. And that's really, I think, a function of you just being a really compassionate, understanding person. Like, this Queen of Cups, I think, is you almost having like too much understanding and too much empathy for this person, and it's causing you to choose a really difficult path that is really inefficient and is it just comes with a ton of resistance. It's like you're kind of trying to push through a bunch of like molasses, or like you're trying to like get to the other side of some quicksand, you know. It's like it's so easy to fall into this beautiful loving place with this person, but just as easy as it is to like fall into that loving place, you can also fall into this really dark place where you're lost in their negative emotions and all the insecurities and fears that they have. So like I said, it just feels like there's a maturity difference here, where you've kind of made it past a lot of really intense spiritual lessons, and they're kind of just getting their footing and just getting started. So let's look at the opportunities. Oh my gosh, what a beautiful message. Wow. Okay. So, bottom of the deck is the Knight of Wands, Seven of Pentacles in reverse, Knight of Pentacles in reverse, and the Moon. So, I definitely feel like, you know, it's not going to feel, you know, it's going to feel weird because you're going to be offered opportunities that are totally different than what you've been presented before. And I think the challenge here is just going to be like recognizing that these are blessings, like not having to wait on somebody to grow. You have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse and the Knight of Wands in reverse. So instead of just like being caught up in the passion and excitement in a connection or in an opportunity, you're just like really seeing it for what it is. There's like, you know, more illumination on the real, true subconscious motivations that people have. And you're really going to be able to see these red flags where you see people like holding themselves back or not living up to their full potential. And here's a key thing, too, right? Like, you have an opportunity to really see what's underneath the surface. You have an opportunity to see when somebody's not living up to their full potential, that you don't have to like project this whole other future onto them. You don't have to like expect that they're going to live up to that. You can just kind of accept them as they are. So I definitely feel like you're going to be able to see through people's facade, and you're going to be able to see through your own expectations that you have on them right away. So the same cards that were at the bottom of the deck before came out again together. You have the Ace of Cups and the Hangman in reverse. So what this tells me is that the opportunity that's been available to you all along is still there. True love is still available to you, and your true desires, like what's really in your heart, it's totally possible. It's actually more than possible. I think that it really is meant for you. All you have to do is really surrender. I think you're going to have an opportunity to really choose differently, to really listen to your guidance. And there's a lot of compassion that your guides and your angels have for you. Like, they know how hard it is to be a human. They know that, you know, we make mistakes, and maybe sometimes we make them multiple times, you know, but they just never give up on you. They always want you to succeed. They're always on your side. They're always giving you the tools that you need. You just have to be open to listening and open to seeing them, and they'll never give up on you. That's really what I'm getting from this. It's so beautiful as a message, you know. You also have the Nine of Swords in reverse. This is a beautiful opportunity to just like dump a whole bunch of stress, you know, like the kind of stress that you've experienced in these kinds of connections before. I feel like you're going to be able to kind of clear that. I think you have an opportunity to heal a lot of anxiety and dump a whole bunch of baggage. I think you have an opportunity to face your fears and to learn a lot from those fears, why they were coming up in the first place. So I'm just getting that you're getting like a lot of the stuff that's been blocking your clarity is getting cleared out of the way. Like this road is clear here. And then you have the Four of Pentacles. So I feel like you're getting this opportunity to really value yourself, to take your time to really invest in yourself and guard your heart, but also be open to receiving abundance and not feeling pressure to do anything with it or to have to act on it. I just feel like you have this opportunity to really slow down and take your time and breathe and enjoy what it is that you already have. I'm getting a message that if you have a choice around having something less committed, like just sort of like flirting around with something, or, you know, just dipping your toe into something, just, that's not really worth it. And you should use your limited energy on yourself and not waste that on another person. Like, that's literally what Spirit is saying. Like, don't waste your energy on another person at this time. So this is not really a time where your opportunities are coming through meeting new people or like putting yourself out there. I think that this is going to be a beautiful time of really getting to know your own heart, really nourishing yourself and feeding yourself what you need. And um, I don't want to say isolating yourself, but just sort of like, um, you have all the power over where your energy goes instead of the other way around when you were sort of this like, you know, this Queen of Cups energy that was extremely empathetic. I think there was a lot of energy sort of like being taken from you a lot, like you were being drained without your permission, or you were being drained because you were giving and giving and giving and not receiving enough in return. So it's like all that energy that you've been giving out, like you're going to be able to receive it yourself, like receive your own energy. And it's going to be so beautiful, you know, just getting a really positive vibe. Okay. And then looking at where things are headed. Wow, the card came out. Okay. So bottom of the deck right now is Knight of Swords in reverse, Two of Cups in reverse, Five of Pentacles in reverse, and Three of Rods. So I think that you are going to need to be patient. A lot of things are going to be happening behind the scenes, and there's a lot of subconscious stuff coming up to the surface around love and connection and worthiness, because you have the Two of Cups here in reverse and the Five of Pentacles in reverse. So I definitely feel like what's coming is a reevaluation. You're really going to have to take a really good, hard look at what you want and what you know you deserve, and raise your standards. Because this Knight of Swords here in reverse, I feel like is taking a step back from like this really like logical, reactive, instinctive version of yourself. And like I said, taking things really slow, like just being open to divine timing, no matter how that looks. And I feel like this is possible because of some sort of healing that's coming in, that's getting you to this place with this Three of Wands, where you're just like so much more patient, just knowing that you're ready. And I feel like now you think you're ready, but there's like this desperation around it. There's like this real fear that if you don't get this thing that you want, that none of it's going to matter. Like none of it was even worth it, all the stuff you had to go through. But you really have to trust that what you want is coming towards you. Like the universe is on your side. This, you know, true love, this healing, this abundance, it is available to you, you know? I think there's some things that need to happen first in order for you to feel truly worthy of receiving it. So just keep going down that path, you know? You have the Justice card. So this is like clarity and closure on this past situation. I think if you've been in a committed relationship with this person, if it's talking about a person, or if this is a job or something like that, I think that you are parting ways with it. You're going your own way. And you're going to be doing this by just telling the truth. You're going to be totally, you know, unafraid to express yourself. And I think that is going to like trigger this other person or trigger this situation to kind of like fight back and try to like keep you distracted or keep you like sort of small, keep you sort of held back. But you have the Six of Pentacles in reverse. So I do feel like this energy where you've been over giving and like really investing in something, that's coming to an end because it's been totally imbalanced, and it is going to be kind of like a bumpy road to finding that balance, but it is coming. And then you have the Emperor in reverse. So I think that this is helping you heal some like subconscious angst and like fear of authority, There's definitely been some unresolved wounds here. It could be from childhood, like around the father figure, or it could just be your own fear of failure. But there's some subconscious, there's some deep-seated subconscious stuff that needs to come up to the surface and be healed. So I think that moving forward, it's really just about you. I don't think you have to like actively dig for these things. I think you just need to be like aware when they're coming up and not stuff them down or avoid them. Um, like there's no excuse once these things come up organically to just like look at them and heal them and deal with them in the moment. So we have the Two of Swords and it's in reverse. So a lot of indecision or a lot of like the way you used to make decisions or the way you used to sort of um just sit on these decisions for a really long time. I think that is shifting, that's changing. And again, there's no rush here. It's not like you're rushing to make a decision, but you're not as like uncomfortable asserting your boundaries or just asserting your perspective in a situation and demanding what it is that you want and need and what you think is right. Like I think that's what a lot of this is about, is that there's an imbalance in values and what you think is important. Like this other person just values different things. And I honestly feel like this person does care for you, or the situation, they value you in some way, but that's not enough, to continue investing in that or to continue keeping them around as an option. Or like I feel like what you're even deciding between is totally different, is shifting. Like that's how much you're leveling up, that's how long you stayed beneath what you deserve. So we have the World here, and is coming out with the Ace of Pentacles. So really, really good things are coming. This World is like another type of closure energy, but instead of it just being the Justice, where it's like this cold, cut and dry, yes or no type of answer, this World is like all the lessons that you've learned are coming to fruition, and you're able to use them to take a step forward and really welcome what it is that you deserve. I feel like the first thing is that you have to really decide that you deserve better, and the next step is being open to receiving it. And I think the receiving is actually going to be the hardest part for you, and that's why it's going to take a while, and that's why I'm not feeling like this timeline is like, you know, super soon, but I do feel like it's in divine timing, and once it comes, it's going to be so thoroughly satisfying and exciting and um just like well-rounded is another word I'm getting. Like you're not going to have to go through this process again. Like this is going to be what you've wanted. It's going to be exactly that thing. You're not going to have to keep searching or going through all these really intense cycles and lessons. Like you've really reached the end of a major cycle. You've grown, and now you're able to graduate and just really enjoy what it is. Like enjoy your reward. God, that's beautiful. Okay. So we have against the grain. So I do feel like you're like by kind of keeping your energy for yourself and not giving and giving and giving to others, you're going against the grain of what's been expected of you your whole life. I feel like you're definitely shifting out of a lifelong or lives long cycle. And it's going to be uncomfortable. Like it's going to feel like you're taking this massive, massive, risk by doing things differently. And I think there's going to be some guilt that comes up that you need to have compassion for yourself about. And I think that you have to give yourself permission to go in a different direction and to try something new because you want to experience something new. And you have free from judgment, free to love. So I feel like this is free from a lot of this like mental energy, this like logical sort of like judgmental energy where it's like, okay, these are the facts, this is what I know, this is my experience, this is what I'm comfortable with, this is what I'm going to choose from, like from that place. And then but you're going to be getting these other opportunities to really just love freely and really accept what it is you deserve. You have two aces in this reading, the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles, and this is about like physically receiving what it is you know in your heart you've wanted all along. Healing needs to come first, you know? So I feel like once you're free from the things that have felt familiar to you but have felt wrong, that's when you're really truly going to be able to embrace true love and true alignment. So you have dream a beautiful dream. Your dream is valid and you shouldn't give up on them, especially if what's been happening here is that there's been a situation, you know, where like someone has shown up or some situation has shown up as like a lot of what you want, but it's still not ideal. I think you need to hold out for the ideal, because you're just going to get it. You're going to get everything that you want in one fell swoop instead of having to like go round and around, over and over again, just getting a little bit more of what you want each time. Does that make sense? It's just like you're just getting straight to the thing that matters, the thing that's really going to make you feel fulfilled instead of like these stepping stones, you know? So beyond the mind, the heart beats. So I feel like you are really, again, it's like similar energy, like detaching from what your mind is telling you. And it's not even just your mind, it's like your ego. And it's really about understanding that your mind is really simply meant to be a tool of your heart. Your heart is your real true compass. And following your heart is going to be easier and easier the deeper you get into this healing. The things that come up from your subconscious, allow them to evaluate them, understand them, and really the more that you do that, the more in tune you'll be with this like very pure message coming from your heart. It'll just, and the thing is that like this dream will become much more simple over time. It won't seem complicated. It'll seem like very tangible and real because you'll be attracting it to you and it'll feel closer. A lot of the other like noise or complication around this dream, I think, had a lot to do with absorbing other people's stuff and not really focusing on your stuff. So that's been like a very that's been like a repetitive message in a lot of readings I've been doing. So just focus on your stuff, you know? That'll be great. Okay. One final message. There's no place like home. Nestle into the sweetness. Wow. Beautiful, beautiful message. It's a 6, you know, for like love. And it's interesting because the 6 of Cups, you know, came out in this reading. And I feel like you've had things that have felt like home, that have like reminded you of home, but you haven't actually come home. You haven't actually fully been able to like take a deep breath and like, you know, enjoy that feeling of coming back home or finding your home, you know. So there's no settling. Like nothing is ever going to make you feel as good as this home is. So just trust that it's a real place, it's a real thing, or it's a real person, and don't settle. A man travels the world over in search of what he needs and returns home to find it. So you've done a lot of searching, you know, you've given a lot of people or situations a chance to try to be that home, and none of it has worked so far. Snuggle into the peace, calm, and simplicity of the present moment. So many miraculous moments happen throughout each day that are worthy of drop to your knees awe. Sunsets, sunrises, the sound of your loved one's breath as they sleep, a hot shower in the morning, a cool glass of water, the ability to hug the ones you love. The list of the miracles goes on and on. On your hero's journey, you will travel far from home, if only in your mind, but you will never forget your roots and your gratitude for all which nurtures, feeds, and grounds you. So I really love that. that. And the message that came through was like, when I was talking about like the roots and where you came from, the reason why you're so sure in your heart of what this Ace of Cups energy is because you've already experienced it. It already exists. We experience time linearly, like backwards to forwards, but that's not really how time is. Like we just like experience it that way. So you really do have to trust that what you want is real, and trying to replace it or trying to make homes out of other things that are not really truly your home, that don't belong to you personally, is just going to be a recipe for disappointment over and over and over again. So there's another way, and it's not settling. So definitely hope that helps. It was very straightforward and clear. I'm really excited about that and happy for you guys. So if you're interested in getting a personal reading, I'm offering those. You can find that in the description box below. I also did a Scorpio full moon reading on my Simone Ascending channel, so I'll link that down below for you as well in case you're not subscribed over there. Love you guys so much, and have an amazing time whenever this time is for you. Bye!